Hello, this is Sherry Augustine Flake, your stress therapist. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the difference between your brain and your mind. You think there is one of you, but really there are two of you. And here's how it works. Your brain loves status quo, it loves repetition, and it loves sameness. So it's really good at doing things like regulating your heart rate and your blood pressure and making sure that you make the same amount of insulin every day. Unfortunately, it also tries to do that with your thoughts and with your behaviors, and the older you get, the more influential it becomes and harder to break. But we'll get into that. Now, we love how our brain works like that because we don't have to think about breathing and we don't have to think about anything, and our brain just functions perfectly. So we appreciate it, but we don't really want it to get meddled in with our thoughts and our behaviors because we don't want to be the same all the time. We like to put change into our life and we like to have new healthy habits. So that's where our mind comes in. Our mind is what makes you you. It's what makes you different from everybody else. It's what makes you unique. So, like, for instance, I would rather do anything in the whole wide world than go scuba diving. I think the whole pressure of the ocean on my ears sounds miserable. Now, there's somebody out there who, if they don't scuba dive every single day or every few days, just doesn't feel right. You know, it's a part of who they are. So that's kind of how your brain works. So your mind. So your mind is constantly trying to get you to do things that you want to do in ways that you want to change, while your brain is trying to keep things status quo. That's why it's so inherently difficult to start a new habit or behavior, because your brain is wanting you to stay the same. It likes you to put your keys in the same place. It likes you to eat the same things every day. It likes you to do the same things every day, and will talk you out of any new behavior by using your thoughts and your beliefs, because your brain is sitting right next to your mind and knows just how you think and what you do, in order to get you to not do the new behavior. It will say things like, we don't have time, or we watch TV at this time, or we don't hang out with our family that much, or we don't play the guitar, we're not any good at math, or whatever it is that you want to change or do. It will try anything to get you to stay with status quo, simply because it likes sameness, not because it's good for you. It'll even insult you sometimes and say things like, you'll fail at this, or you won't be any good at opening your own business, or everybody else goes in and punches in every day, or everybody else has cake at the birthday party. It will do anything, sometimes even insult you and make you feel small, to keep you from doing change. Remember, we'd still appreciate our brain because it does keep our body running clearly, but it doesn't really always tell us the truth. My yoga teacher says, listen to what your brain wants, but remember, sometimes it says to eat cake. You know, you got to figure out who's talking to you. So in order to get somewhere, you have to think about, who's talking to me right now? Is it talking about sameness and status quo and holding me back? That's my brain talking to me. Is it talking about change and growth and things I really want to do and change in my life? That's my mind talking to me. And that's who's telling the truth. So, in order to do that, you have this little area of time, and some people say to make a habit it takes 21 times. I'm not sure about that, but there's this little window of time where you have to convince your brain that this is who you are and this is what you want, until it believes it's the status quo, until your brain is rooting for you and saying things like, well, we run every day, so we have to run every day, or we eat carrots instead of cake, we don't eat cake. But there's that little time where it's not sameness, where it's not what you regularly do, that you have to trick your brain into thinking that's who you are, who you truly are, until it's a habit. And then your brain is rooting for you and getting you to get to your Pilates class and telling you that you have to go to spinning because that's who you are. So I'll give you some tips on how to trick your brain in the next vlog or blog or somewhere on my website. But until then, let it go, stay pumped, get it done, be you, and go get it. I'm Sherry Augustine Flake.